Hello, and welcome to Tenor, where we break down global events, warfare strategy, and what it all means for you. Today's video covers one of the boldest moves we've seen yet in the Ukraine-Russian war, Operation Spiderweb. This wasn't just another drone strike, it was a highly coordinated offensive carried out by Ukraine, striking deep inside Russian territory, across 5 time zones, and targeting Russia's nuclear-capable strategic bombers. But here's the thing, this strike isn't just about physical damage, it's about sending a clear message. Ukraine now has the intelligence, tech, and reach to shake the very core of Russia's air dominance. In today's video, we'll cover what Operation Spiderweb was, the scale and tactics of these attacks, the strategic significance of the Airbases hit, the ripple effect on global military strategy, and what it means for the future of warfare. Make sure to stick around until the end, where I'll give you my take on why this may be the turning point in the drone-era military conflict. Now, what was Operation Spiderweb? On June 1st, 2025, Ukraine launched Operation Spiderweb, its largest and deepest drone operation of the war so far. A total of 117 drones were launched in a coordinated attack across multiple Russian regions, targeting 5 high-value airbases. Belaya Air Base in western Siberia, Dyagilevo Air Base in the Ryazan region 500 kilometers from Ukraine, Ivanovo-Severny Air Base, Olenia Air Base on the Kola Peninsula near the Arctic, and Ukrainia Air Base in Russia's Far East. This wasn't just about range, it was about symbolism and capability. These bases are home to Russia's Tu-95s and Tu-22M bombers, key to its nuclear and cruise missile arsenal. Hitting them wasn't just a tactical move, it was psychological warfare, reminding Russia that even its most secure bases aren't untouchable. How Ukraine pulled it off. So how did Ukraine reach that far inside Russian territory without being detected? Here's where it gets crazy smart. Ukrainian drones were transported inside mobile wooden containers, mounted on civilian trucks. These trucks were driven hundreds, sometimes over 4,000 kilometers into Russian territory. Once in position, the containers opened up and deployed long-range drones with GPS-guided navigation and onboard AI flight correction, which helped them avoid radar and anti-air systems. Most of these drones were made from low-visibility materials designed to fly under the radar, literally. They weren't fast or flashy, but they were cheap, effective, and deadly accurate. This kind of ingenuity is a textbook case in asymmetrical warfare, using low-cost tools to outmaneuver a much more resource-heavy adversary. The damage and military impact. According to independent satellite analysis, the strike destroyed or damaged over 40 Russian aircraft, including at least 6 Tu-95 strategic bombers, multiple Tu-22M backfire bombers, and several refueling and reconnaissance aircraft. Tu-95s are one of Russia's primary nuclear delivery platforms. Their loss not only reduces long-range strike capabilities, but also limits Russia's nuclear messaging power, a cornerstone of its deterrent strategy. The strike also exposed logistical vulnerabilities. Fuel deposits, radar stations, and runways were damaged or rendered inoperable for days. The psychological and strategic ramifications. This operation didn't just blow up planes. It shattered the illusion of deep territory and vulnerability. For years, Russia assumed its eastern and Arctic bases were too far to be touched. Operation Spiderweb flipped that assumption on its head. From a strategic standpoint, this means that Russia now has to reposition air defenses over massive territory. It must divert resources away from the front lines to protect deep bases, and morale and confidence among Russian air crews and leadership is likely shaken. Some analysts are even calling this, quote, Russia's Pearl Harbor moment, not in terms of scale, but in terms of psychological impact. Global military reactions. The global military community is watching closely. NATO generals, Pentagon officials, and military tech firms are all asking, if Ukraine can do this with a budget and limited tech, what does this mean for the future of national security? We're seeing a paradigm shift from expensive fighter jets to $20,000 kamikaze drones, from traditional defense lines to decentralized drone launching platforms, and from boots on the ground to brains behind the screen. This may be the beginning of a new military doctrine, cost-effective, remote, AI-assisted warfare, the kind that democratizes power projection, especially for smaller nations facing large adversaries. Operation Spiderweb is a wake-up call, not just for Russia, but for every military in the world. It proved that warfare has changed, and whoever adapts faster wins. Ukraine, a country once thought to be on defense, just carried out a precision attack across thousands of kilometers using drones that cost less than a single Russian missile. That's innovation, that's strategy, and that's power. What do you think this means for the future of warfare? Do you believe that this operation has changed the trajectory of war? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit that like button, subscribe to Tenor, and don't forget to ring the notification bell so you don't miss future updates on global conflicts and defense trends. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.